It opened up in '70. They offered me a place in '69 that was very small, and I waited 5 years till this place came. But, I would like to move upstairs. I would like to be free from the streets and free from some of the dirt on the street and the noise. But when I was on the tenants' switching list, everything they offered me was smaller, more narrow, and I need every inch of space. Maybe if I had waited long enough and gone through the list all over and over and over again. As you see, I not only use pigment of a variety of nature in the pigments for a very special type of quality of matte aesthetic in different forms of gloss aesthetics and hard edge against soft edge. Something like this goes all the way back to my freshman year. My freshman year in college, this is one of the main pieces. Something like Nocturnal Vibrations is one of the main pieces of my master's thesis. Parallelogram, the latest one I'm working on. Okay. And we built a frame for this, and now we painted around the frame, just as in this one, the sides became followed the middle, and it began with that one there. I'm into visual aesthetics, and visual aesthetics through most of art history was illustrative. Sometimes it was more painterly with thick, juicy paint. Sometimes it was cleaner, more hard edged. But in this 20th century, we got into what they call abstraction, which is to say taking the elements of painting, elements of visual experience, and isolating them for themselves, for their colorist, optical, tactical, and sensuous qualities of saturation and value, chroma, and optical and sensuous qualities isolated for themselves, not necessarily dependent on an illustration of life that happened in the 20th century, developed as music changed, as so much did change that we now inherit in the 21st century. Difficult to make a satisfying, adequate living, but something like artist housing makes it possible, even though I've had it much cheaper and in other periods. It makes it possible to have decent housing from both a practical and aesthetic point of view, too. So it makes a lifestyle possible. As you say, I could never accept a smaller place whenever they offered me one, even though it was up in the clouds. I guess it would be important to me if I actually did sell this work, parted with it, if I had a good relationship with the people who owned it, came to see them, studied the work with them, and it stayed in my life rather than disappeared and I spent the money. Once I started fixing up the place, once I started putting lights on the ceiling, I have a loft bed built, and design the place, I have stuff all over it, I wasn't ready to move again.